So the problem we have with our date table right now, I think it happens right here on our return here. So we have the same error right here. So now that is exactly where I'm going to click back right here. This is where we can actually check using the view and check the quality of this particular columns right here. As you can see, we have 60% of these particular rows right here in this column to actually to have errors. You can see that. So the same thing happens to this, or it's giving us 100%, but it's not actually 100%. If I go ahead and click and actually load more right now, look at what we have as an error message. So we couldn't pass the input provided as a date value. So what is going on actually is that this data is formatted. The date format is actually United States date format, not as UK date format or the region format you have in your computer settings. So what can we do and how can we solve this? So there is one way to solve this. If it doesn't work, we use another way to do that. So click right here and you can see where it says using local. So once you click on it now, so let's see what we have. Okay, this is what we have right now. We are supposed to have it as United States, but it's not actually United States. So what we did now is checking. So how is the data formatted? This data is supposed to be formatted as United States in your PC, but because your PC is not actually set up to be United States, type of file whatsoever, so the file could not actually work. So to set this right now that we've known what kind of data type this is actually date, but the kind of date format we have is United States. We must actually point our folder to this particular date format before this can actually work. To do that now, I'm going to go ahead and cancel this. So we can just go to home and we have to first of all load this first. So I'm going to load. So give it some time. It's coming up. So we can create connection and add to module. So we just have to load it right here. So once we have loaded right here, you can see we're loading some errors just like what we loaded right here. As soon as we are done making that changes and we just refresh, all the errors will be gone. But just let's see how it goes. So now it's done loading. So what we're going to do right now is to come right here. And now we go right to this particular data. So from data, you can see where it says new query. Just click on that new query right there. And you see this particular query options. So once you click on query options, let's see what you have. So under query options, you're going to have this. So you just navigate to where it says data load. So you don't have anything right here. You're going to go to this particular regional settings. So under regional settings, you can see this PC is actually a default set to United Kingdom. So we have to change it from United Kingdom to United States, just like what we've checked in our Power Query, that the data is actually set to use your US or United States whatsoever. So now if I click on this right now, I can just go down a little bit. So you'll find where it says United States. Just check that. That is all the settings you need to do right here. So you don't have to just touch any of these. Except you want to have something different done, don't actually touch the global. This is just where you have to come. Click on OK right now. And we didn't see any changes right here. So all I have to do right now, I'm going to just right click and click on Edit. So we are back here. So automatically we have the validation to be some kind of 100%. So there is no more error. If I open this place up right now and actually load more, so the error we have here the other time is actually cleared. So this is exactly what it is. So can you see what it is right now? We have just cleared the error. There is no more error right here. So please go ahead and actually make these settings if you want to have your data to actually come out the way this one actually, come out. So I can just click and it's going to load it. And this one now is not yet refreshed. What I need to do right now is just to use this particular refresh button right here. And let's check out the errors. So it's loading and the error is clear. There is no error. Everything is actually, cool. So now this is how you can do your settings. So the settings is not cleared from here. So just let us clear it from the surface right here as well. So right now we can see we have a table, or we have some tables without any errors. So there are no errors right now. I've shown you how to clear the error. But for a precaution, you have to check your system before you import data. If you're a freelancer, you're going to do this a lot because you might actually have some clients from the UK and your system is actually set to the United States. You have to change it for that particular file purpose. Let me just tell you one thing you need to know. This would only affect this particular workbook. It wouldn't affect any other workbook. It's going to be a default when you bring in another set of data set or whatsoever into the system. But as soon as you make changes to that workbook for the region you want to analyze for, definitely that workbook would actually carry such changes you made to it. So new workbook wouldn't carry the changes you've made in the past. That it is how it works.